Yes, people. We're back. We are back. New location, same show. You know what I mean? Like Future, we had to change locations. Future and Drake. But we got a great guest today. Come through, guest, come through. Just put your bag down, take a seat on the couch. We're recording, man. We're in. We're in.
Right through the door.
My brother, what are you telling me?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, you're good?
Yeah, man. I wasn't expecting that, bro. Right through the door and starting.
We don't do no
shenanigans, bro. Straight into the thing.
This is what we do here first, and then nah, man. We're in, straight in.
Locked in.
Yeah, man. Locked in for real, man. You feeling comfortable? You good?
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's a nice space here as well.
All right.
How is it? It's a new place and everything.
New place, new studio. I was just saying, change the locations, but the show stays the same. You get it?
Hear it.
So, that's what we're doing right now. But first things first, I need to know one thing. State your name, cuz.
My name is Justin.
And what we doing today, Justin?
We're rapping. We're flipping rapping, bro.
Oh, do you know what's funny?
Well,
I don't even... You got it. I know you got the concept, but I don't think he says rapping. He says
repping.
There you go.
Is it rapping? Was it rapping?
It's rapping, I think. Because you know what? A couple of my guests have said rapping.
That's interesting.
And I was like, do you know what? I left them. But I said, nah, I know that you know what the real thing is.
I know the thing.
Yeah,
I know the thing.
I knew you
but
knew
now
it.
you got me thinking, is it actually rapping or is it rapping?
It's rapping. I'm pretty sure it's... Stormzy might have to confirm for us, but I'm pretty sure it's rapping.
Fair enough then, fair enough.
It is what it is. The game is the game.
Yeah.
So all good, bro. All good. How you doing, man?
Yeah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm happy to be here, man.
Good. No, happy to have you here, man. I even forgot to do my intro. Yes, people. This is your boy lockdownT, a.k.a. Stiff Chocolate 2.0, a.k.a. the reason why baby mama loves Dave. And this is that TikTok show where we speak all things TikTok, all right? Make sure that you hit the bell notification once you've subscribed so that you never miss a video. And like, comment, share, do all them things that you do on YouTube, man. My guy, Justin. Just tell the people what you do, man. What is it? Like, what's the situation?
Okay,
and there's some water here for you, by the way. If you want some.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a cooking content creator, predominantly on TikTok. I like to think that I make entertaining cooking videos.
Yeah, I think you do still. The first time I saw you, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a guy like this. The jokes that you crack, it just did.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for the cooking niche as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to redefine what being a cooking creator is, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to food TikTok, it's very much the same thing. Polished recipes in a very similar way. TikTok in general is that kind of place where things start to get cloned.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make it different, to be honest with you. And I just enjoy being myself. And I love food, so it just shines through, really.
Yeah. How old are you, bro?
I am 21.
21?
Yeah. I just turned 21
literally
like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay. TikTok really is a young man's game, It's crazy. I feel kind of old.
How old are you?
25.
25? Oh.
Yeah, like...
That's not old, though, bro.
It's not old, of course it's not.
25-year-olds, 26-year-olds always say, I'm so old. That's 4 years,
Do you know what it is? It's not even that I feel old.
Yeah.
But it's just that nearly everyone who I brought onto the show,
is young.
A lot younger. From like 18 to 21, 22.
Do you know why that is, though? Like, think about the app that TikTok is.
Exactly.
Right? Cater to young people, innit? So then the people that were starting on the app, they were really young, 16 to 18 at the time when it was popping off, right? So by the time that they've done well on the app, they're not really that much older, innit?
Facts.
So that's why I feel like a lot of TikTokers are either young or like not too old, but there's a lot of different types of ages as well.
Trust me, man. TikTok is it's such an interesting place. How have you found like navigating through it as a food content creator?
I think it's super saturated, and it's been an interesting journey because there's been so many like discovery points. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been so many points where I'm like, should I do things like this or should I do things like that? And I think TikTok is one of those apps where there's so many people doing the same thing, and it's actually awarded for doing the same thing.
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying? Like, you get views and stuff just from replicating another man's video. And so, go on.
Do you know what's so funny about that?
Yeah.
Recently, I've seen this one TikTok here about like the rat poison and the cheese. I don't know if you've seen it. Like,
I've not seen that.
they're basically like, it sounds mad. Basically, it's like impersonating some rats, and then chef has left out poisonous cheese for the rat to eat it, but he's like, oh, the guy's, you know, really warming up to us now, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a funny video that came out time ago. Why has the originator of the video only got 1 million views? And obviously I say only, that's a lot, but then everyone else who's done it after that, 3, 4, 5 million views, and it never makes sense to me, as you're saying.
I don't know, you know, it's like it's definitely an application that awards like replicating other people's content. Like literally, some people have thrived and built whole platforms just off duets and just off like actually copying the exact
Other people.
video. And so to me, I always saw that and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to do something else that somebody else has done just because it done views.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun. Like, to me, it's not fun.
It's actually not.
It's not fun.
Because it doesn't like ignite your creative juices, you know what I mean?
It doesn't do anything, bro. That's the thing, like, and that's why I say it's been an interesting journey, because there's times where subconsciously you even start doing that.
Yeah, for real.
In the food niche, I see, and I'm like friends with a lot of food creators in it, so I see them doing well. They're doing things a certain type of way. So I'm almost thinking like, maybe I should do that. And I'm not consciously saying, I'm gonna copy my man.
Yeah.
But then I'll be watching this stuff, consuming it, and it's working, and I'll actually find that in my next video, I've actually just cloned this man. When I realized that for the first time, I was like, no, I can't actually do this, you know, like. So as a TikTok creator, right, I don't try and consider myself as a TikToker. I'm just a food content creator,
innit? Yeah.
Posts on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's my most like, what's the word for it? It's like it's doing the best right now, innit? But I draw inspiration from places way far away from TikTok and not on the actual
give me
app.
some examples.
The most obscure one is Family Guy, right? Exactly.
Hold on, what?
Exactly. You had to pause.
Wait, so what we're talking about? Talking about Peter Griffin is out here inspiring you to make food. How the hell does that work?
So that's one where it's like the edit of Family Guy is so tight.
Yeah.
I'm actually dropping secrets right now, man. It's a bit mad.
Yeah.
The edit of Family Guy it's a very funny thing. They have a lot of cutaways and they have a lot of silly, absurd jokes that make no sense to the actual plot, but you still watch it.
Yes.
My cooking videos, they have a lot of
bare
random jokes that make no sense to the actual recipe.
And like,
you still watch it.
Your comedic timing is actually amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason that, like, your videos defo stood out to me. It's the comedic timing, it's the ability to edit and know where to cut something and where to not, because that helps with it as well. And now that you're talking about Family Guy, at first I was thinking, this guy's going crazy. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, like, you said that you're trying to obviously redefine the way that, like, food content creators do things. That's one of the ways, I'm assuming. What kind of other ways did you, like, plan, and have you just found them as of recently, or was it always like a strategy from the beginning?
Yeah, so funnily enough, like when I started food content, right, I always knew that I didn't want to be a content creator. I didn't want to be somebody who was going to post every single day. I wanted to be a filmmaker or somebody who does documentaries and series, right? And so when TikTok came about, it was kind of like near the beginning of my journey, and it really changed the whole content industry in general, because almost overnight there was this huge demand for short form content, and then the consumption of long form content started to go down, or started to be a bit different, right? But I always wanted to make a cooking show, like always from the beginning. I don't know, it was such a like irrational thought, because like even the way I started, I just had it in my head that, you know, I want to be a director, a filmmaker, I want to go into documentary and all of this stuff. I just didn't know that food was the niche that was going to take me there, right?
Okay.
And so in the ways that I start to push my content out, I'm always trying to evolve it, right? So it's not there yet, but it always gets to that point. And so if you've been following me since the very beginning, you'd find that it's completely
Which was when,
different.
by the way? When was the very beginning?
The very beginning, That's a good question. It was. I think the very beginning was only around 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, cool.
TikTok was last year, I think. I'm pretty sure I started TikTok last year. But prior to that, I was on Twitter, and I built a following on Twitter.
Okay.
So that helped me when I moved over
to
to TikTok, right? But it's changed completely. Like I used to make videos different, but what was always present that I always sort of held on to is the fact that it's about me. You know, it's not about the food; it's about me and the food and the relationship I have with the food. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, as I further that, it's gonna become more and more like a show. Everybody, or lots of people in my comments are always like, Justin, you need a show. You need a show. Justin, give Justin a cooking show, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna get to that.
100%.
It's going to get to that. And like every video will feel like it's a fully formed show. And I think on TikTok, where so much of what we consume is so like non-produced and like just kind of plain, right? It's very, very unique to have something that's a bit different. But I think it's also very necessary because there's a real like issue that TikTok has is the fact that the barrier to entry is very small. It's very low.
Yeah. Like anyone can step up.
Anyone can come and talk and have a platform, right? Without any knowledge of anything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, sometimes it gets long when I'm on the FYP and I'm scrolling and I'm seeing nothing of value. You know what I mean? I'm seeing nothing of value. And again, in times where there's trending topics, I'm seeing 60 iterations of the same video. And it's exhausting. So I always really wanted to make my content something that you look on and you're like, oh, a bit of a breather. This is not what I've been seeing on the FYP. This is not what I've been seeing all day long. And I don't think I've gotten there yet, but I'm still trying to push different elements into the videos to get there, and eventually taking it to, you know, other forms of like other platforms and different kind of content forms and stuff like this.
Okay. Do you know what? It sounds like I love it. There's a proper kind of like strategy, or at least if the strategy's not been written down or whatever, I can tell that it's like in your head. And I love that when I see content creators like with a strategy, like, okay, cool, I know where I started from, I know where I'm trying to get to. I'm very much like that myself, innit? I know that like I'm trying to make this a career, innit? But how you get there is the kind of like tricky part. So navigating that is like a very kind of interesting journey. But like, if we take it back, what gave you your love for cooking? Like, what made you start wanting to cook?
I think my parents would want me to say it was them, innit? But
it's not. Is it
probably
not?
wanted me to say,
because
Justin, you used to make the rice and stew.
These times I saw a video where you said that your mum's stew's dead.
Hey, Mum, I'm sorry for that, by the way. I'm sorry for that, man. I'm sorry for that.
Do you know what's so funny?
Let me explain that.
Wait, man, put it in a... He put... Nah, Justin, you're actually mocking it.
Hey, let me explain that one.
You put it in like
some captions,
text, but you put it for like half a second. You know how many times I had to pause it to try and actually read what was going on?
But the fact that you paused it as well.
That's so funny. Yeah, we're just gonna... your thing, just, I think... Calm. Should you put it closer?
Should be calm now.
Alright.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
If it starts falling, just tighten that.
This one, yeah.
That one there.
This one.
That one there, yeah, say no more.
Yeah.
But the fact that you said that though, side note, I put that text up for half a second.
Brother.
But you clicked on it.
Of course.
Because you wanted to see what it said.
I tried so many times.
And so many other people did that.
Of course. There was so much text there, I was like, nah, this guy's got to be saying something.
But I wasn't. I was waffling, and people looked at it.
You waffled for like the last half, but like I saw what I needed to see. You said that your mum would want you to say that that her stew's good, but the stew just ain't banging. And I was like, "Right, that is a wild comment."
Yeah, sometimes my mum can cook very well, by the way. She's
of course, I can imagine.
An amazing cook.
Shout out Mumsy, by the way.
She taught me how to cook all of the international dishes, and my dad taught me how to cook all of the Ghanaian dishes. But sometimes the stew is a bit...
Stew,
you know what I'm saying?
Wiffity.
Yo. my dad is the one that's got the stew on lock, okay?
Nuts.
But my mum's stew... my sisters will back me on this one. But yeah, it is what it is. But I'm just glad you picked up on that point, because that's something I've been testing, like just trying to tap into people's psychology and just make them interact in a way I want them to.
Yeah.
So I know that you clicked on that video. I know you clicked on that caption, or you try to pause it and watch it. if you was doing that, some of you would have to watch the whole video and do it again just to do that. Facts. Or like sometimes in those captions I'd put, go to my IG for something, do you know what I'm saying? Or go to my YouTube for something. These are like the small things that I just like implant into the videos to like kind of make them a little bit different.
Yeah.
It just adds to my personality. I'm quite a silly person. Like I have such a silly sense of humor, do you know what I'm saying? So those little jokes there, my mum will be creasing, I'll be creasing, do you know what I'm saying? So
is it like that all the time? Like how you are on camera?
Yeah.
Is that how you are kind of in person and that? With all of the little jokes, all the little one-liners and that?
I would say that I'm like that in my element, when I'm in my element, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So where I'm comfortable, where I'm like, you know, happy to be where I want to be, right? Obviously there's times of where you're serious and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to get on camera because I don't have to switch anything up. I just have to exist, like, and just say stuff.
And you can just run like, you can almost act as if the camera is not there.
Yeah, that's literally it. And it's like, it's obviously different because I think just it's worth saying that the mere presence of a camera always makes things different.
Of course.
Always. Like
you start seeing people just moving that little bit more, or you start doing,
saying?
Hey guys, this is and I'm here like, yo, allow it, man.
But honestly, like, the best thing to do is to not do that and to know how to have on-screen presence
100.
and be yourself. Once you clock that, then it's more sustainable.
Yeah,
right?
because it feels natural.
It feels natural and it's got longevity. So now I don't think, oh man, what am I gonna say today? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, I've never thought that because I'm just going to be myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
You just run with it.
Just run with it, innit?
But let me tell you one thing though.
Yeah.
Actually executing, it probably makes it easier, the fact that you literally just switch on the camera and then you're rolling. But the execution of the one-liners, the innuendos and all of them things that you do, you still got to be quite quick-witted to like come up with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
so then that comes into the second inspiration, which is comedy.
Right.
I love Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Right. Even Jimmy Carr. Like, just silly one-liners, punchlines.
Yeah.
And like, I watch all of these things and like, I'm always kind of inspired from a funny perspective. That like, I'm just locked in, man. It's so bad, but like, I'll be in the worst of situations and I can see a joke in it. Bruv. I was in praise and worship at church the other day, bruv. And I just couldn't help myself, man. I was thinking, rah, do you know pastors say some of the maddest things, bruv?
What do you say? What do you say? Tell me.
Just the general, man. They'll be starting a service off saying, oh, guys, I'm filled up with his spirit. I'm filled up. I want to feel him inside me. All of this kind of things, yeah. Of course, like...
hey, sometimes these men do it on purpose, you know.
Of course, like, we know what they're saying, innit? But me, I'm thinking, bro. I'm thinking, bro.
Bro, your head is just in the gutter. Like.
I'm not even...
Yeah, pause.
My head must be, bro. I'm not even joking. I was at a service and I've just been in my notes and I weren't writing Bible verses. I was just writing jokes. I was just too inspired.
Hey, look, man. Whenever the inspiration comes, I can't lie. You've actually got to do it. Like, obviously, like, we got to look to God and whatnot, focus on Him sometimes. But like at the same time, if the God-given gift was the comedy, and then He's gonna allow it. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna allow it. Nah, but the inspiration comes at all times. Like me, for instance, like it's the same kind of thing. I'll be somewhere on a train or something like that. Something happens, and I'm like, cool, boom. That's an idea for my TikTok, whether it be related to music or whatever. Write that down on my notes, and it's there. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like it's an interesting one, and like as I'm saying, your content, I was always just like, is this guy serious or not? Like, one thing I would say, all your innuendos from when I first saw them, they were all like,
sus.
Hey, I was like trying to be politically correct. I was trying to figure out how to say it. They were bare sus. So like, I was like, right, this guy's mad interesting. And like, I was like, why am I drawn to this? I had to start looking at myself different, but I was like, nah, like it's just funny. Do you like? Was that strategic?
I think there was a time, so I called that like the sus period, innit?
Oh, so you don't really do that much anymore?
I do, but it's not like I think about it. But it was like one of the first times where I saw people responding to something I did, innit? And
What
like,
were they saying, by the way?
obviously, man, them see it and they're like, "Yo, what's going on, Justin?" Like, that's what you want to say, and like, it's so funny, bruv. It's so funny. So like, the jokes would just come out of nowhere, and I can't make it up, man. I don't sit there on the notes thinking, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll just be doing the thing, and like, this is why it works so well, right? Anyone who's having fun doing something, right, just pre their commentary, right? When man them are playing basketball and they're going back to back, chatting all this crap against each other, it's funny. When man are playing games, doing the same thing, it's funny, right? If you're enjoying yourself, you express yourself in a way that's just enjoyable. Like, you kind of just give fun to the world, innit?
Yeah.
And when I'm cooking, I can't tell you how much I enjoy it. Like, it's just so fun. And so when I'm doing it, like, I'm just thinking of all these things, and it just comes to my head, and then, wow, just say it, innit? And then with that, it got to a point where I think I'd done it for like a few weeks where there was just jokes flying about, and like, they were coming naturally and everything, but then I would review it, and I'm like, it's a bit much now, innit? Like, I don't know if this is like, if I'm doing too much subconsciously, so let me just cool it, innit? Let me just cool it. So, you know, that's where it comes into like being more authentic, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything I say and do, like, it's still me, but in the edit, like, I'm kind of selective of what I put out there. So sometimes I put boring moments to balance out the crazy moments, and then it seems like it's more like me. So then when you meet me, you're more like, do you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people meet me and they're like, "Yo, Justin," and the mad thing is, I don't have a good memory yet. I don't have a good memory. They'll meet me and they'll be like, "Justin, 2 weeks ago on this video, August 24th, right? You said, like, I don't like cheeks or something like that," and I'm thinking, did I?
Like, I don't even remember.
I don't know, bruv. Or you said the craziest thing, and I'm thinking, swear down, I don't actually remember. Like, that's crazy. And I look back at it and I'm like, oh, okay, I did say that. I did say that.
It just comes out, right? But like,
yeah, it just comes out.
Nah, it makes sense, to be honest. Like, that makes it the most authentic. But like, it's kind of interesting what you're saying about when you like balancing it out, when you look and think, oh, should I put that in there? Should I not? Because like, there's been certain times with my content where I've been like, oh, I don't know whether to put that out there, because I don't know whether it's like representing me in the best way, or like, is that offensive to like other people? Like, have you ever like do you actually ever have those thoughts? Because sometimes it's cool to have them, and then sometimes it's cool to not have them and just like do the content, obviously, as long as they're not like wild comments, which your comments never are. They're not brazen or anything, but like, is it that situation where if you put it out there and then like, because we can manipulate what people think of us
easily, very easily,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, do you consciously put stuff out there so that you can manipulate how people like think of you, and do you think about that?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely don't put stuff out there to manipulate how people think about me, in the sense that I want them to think I'm different, right? Yeah. But what you said with like, with the certain jokes, that are they gonna offend people or stuff like that? Like, I'm quite a smart person in that sort of sense, that like, I've built a brand where I can kind of violate myself, right? Okay. And I only really violate myself. Yeah. Even if it's like somebody else, I always identify with the things I sort of pick up. So I get onto the black community bears, like, I make lots of jokes about them. Yeah. I get onto like Cockney people. Yeah. Like, I'm from Dagenham, innit? Like, at the end of the day, I grew up around all of these kind of guys, innit? So it's like, it's not really too far off. I get onto white people, other cultures and stuff like that, but I think you have to be tasteful with it, and you have to be very careful with it. There's some jokes I've definitely said that I have definitely not put in video.
No, there was where you just gotta stay safe, not put it in there.
Yeah, I've definitely not put all of them in videos, but most of the time, like, you kind of just have to be. I think you have some responsibility to present yourself in the best way possible, but also in the most authentic way possible. You're only looking out for yourself. Yeah. Because now, if I was being the most, like, you know, let's say like YouTubers like years and years ago, like, if I built a brand for that eventually I'm going to get tired.
No,
You
for
know what I'm
real.
saying? I'm going to get tired. And so within the edit, I have so much choice, you know? 'Cause when I shoot these videos, the way I do it is I shoot the cooking process for maybe maximum an hour of me cooking,
Okay.
right, and talking at the same time, right? And that's a long time. Within
Very.
that, it's not hard to pick out 6, 7 moments that are funny.
No, yeah.
You know, that
Especially for like a
for a
1 minute,
1 minute video, do you know what I mean? So that's not that difficult. But again, I also put in elements of my personality just on a normal thing because it's part of the comedy in some ways. I did, and one thing I realized is that you don't have to do the most to be funny. Like you really don't.
No.
You don't have to be. I don't think I'm the funniest person ever. I really don't.
Yeah.
Right. And so when people laugh at my jokes, I'm like, yeah, you're just a silly person as well. But I shot a video with my brethren the other day. We just got a camera. We went to Chinatown.
And you went to a chicken shop.
Yeah, we went to chicken shop. That video was jokes, bro. Like, for no reason, bruv. There was nothing we thought about. There's nothing we staged or scripted. We just went out and did whatever. And like, you capture so many candid moments. And I think the craft really comes within the edit when you put things together
Yeah.
and make it like a whole performance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, really, when you dissect the videos down, like, there's a lot of layers behind it, but essentially all I'm really trying to do is make it by being myself. That's it.
And you know what? I think like that's like the most amazing thing about content creators. Like,
So amazing.
we actually can just make a living out of being ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like a captain.
Okay.
You just make a living out of just like being yourself, your own personality.
Almost
and,
feels like it's like a hack, like a life hack.
Yeah, facts.
'Cause, you know, brands
this does
will-
not work.
Brands will pay you money to be yourself. Like, that's mad, you know.
Like, this is nuts. It's actually
Crazy,
nuts.
bro.
I see you doing some work with like Wagamama, Vito Coco. What's it called?
Vita Coco, I think.
Vita Coco. How did them kind of things come about? 'Cause I love this stuff. I love it when he start talking about securing the bag. Yeah.
Oh, securing the bag. We can talk about that. Let's get into it.
Secure it.
Yeah, so I've done quite a few brand deals over the last year, and mainly they just come from TikTok. I mean, once you build your platform, you get interest from a lot of different kinds of people.
That's
you know
it,
what I'm saying?
man. Like, I feel like TikTok is a hack as well because it's like all it is exposure. Once you start getting that exposure, brands just want to come to you. And I was like, right, it's not that it's that easy because it's not that easy to do well on
100%,
TikTok.
yeah.
But like, once you get exposure, brands are coming. Like, and it's mad. Like, what was your first reaction when it started all coming through?
I can't lie to you, like every time I've done something like that, like because I had like kind of planned where I wanted to be, it's never really like super duper surprising. Like it's kind of like
Come on, like, carry on. But I hear it.
Okay.
I'm like, well, yeah, this is what's supposed to be happening.
Supposed to happen. It's like,
and it ain't no arrogant thing.
no, definitely
it's
not.
like,
Man. I'm definitely appreciative and I'm excited.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, this is what we're doing now.
This was the next step.
You know, I got my first deal. I think it was like last year for Sainsbury's. Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember seeing it, and like I was like, yeah, this is calm, bro. And then as soon as I saw that, like, it's like this is just normal now, and I really get used to new things quickly, right?
Yeah.
And so from then I've done quite a few deals with other companies and stuff. I literally just done a deal with Amazon yesterday.
That's cool.
And really, like I said, it's quite amazing to think that I'm getting paid to be myself, and I'm able to actually sustain a lifestyle with it. And I think it's a unique thing and a unique opportunity because it's not everybody that gets deals on TikTok, even if you have a platform.
Yeah, that's true. There's something. You've got to be marketable, and like the brands have got to believe that you are marketable for some reason, and not everyone is.
Yeah,
not everyone is.
I think you got to be a bit strategic with it. Like, just think about the brand you're making and like the implications it has on the world, right? If you're online, you know, there's people that like problem TikTokers. They'll just talk about the newest problem.
Yeah,
I don't think you're really gonna get signed anything with that, right?
Well, because what can someone do with that?
Yeah.
What can a brand do with that?
I think it's just fame. Like, people just want fame and want clout and stuff like that. I don't really want that. Like, I've never That's never been like my main goal.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
It
going
will
to come with
it.
it, and I appreciate that, and it's something I'm excited for. However, like, that fame is derives from giving value to people, and that's the main thing I want to do. Like, I just want to entertain people and educate and inspire people, and so I don't ever want to be like known for no reason. You know what I'm saying, or known for the wrong reasons. You know? I'm very strategic about how people perceive me and how like I can kind of push myself out there in an authentic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Go on.
Why do us black people not measure food? Why?
Yeah.
What?
That's a very good question. You know?
Why do we not do measurements when it comes to cooking?
Because.
And you're a chef.
Yeah. So
I thought it was just me.
That's a good question because I've got two types of cooking. I've got the measurement things and the non-measurement things.
Also, you do measurements sometimes.
Sometimes I do, and I write recipes as well, so I have to. Like, I literally have to.
Yeah.
But like, you don't need to if you know what you're doing, right? We do measurements, but we don't do measurements the same way that the Englishman will. Right? It's not.
Fact.
This is not 1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
Not 2 teaspoons.
Yeah.
Is you grab the ting and you sprinkle the ting, bruv. Is it 1
shit
Maggie?
there.
Is it 2 Maggie? That's the only measurement.
Like, trust me, like, and who cares? Like, you put a couple in. Alright, cool, one more. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
it's
on a technical basis though, because we can get into it on a deep level. I measure with ratios, right? So let's say I'm making something simple like, I don't know, I can't think of it, spaghetti, right? Making bolognese sauce, right? And I'm seasoning it. Like, I'll measure, okay, the salt ratio to like dried basil or something like that. It might be 1 to 2. And so I always remember it, no matter what situation it is. If I'm cooking for 1 person or 2 people, 300 people, I know that I got to put 1 part salt, 1 part or 2 parts basil, or whatever it is. So that's a good way to think of things as well. Jollof rice, very simple thing. Is it 1 onion? Is it 3 onions? Is it 1 Maggie? Is it 2 Maggies? Is it like a bunch of salt or 2 parts of salt?
and
so
then
like,
just scale it up.
just scale it up, really. That's the easiest way to think of things. And I think that's what I've not figured out, how to like push that with my audience and how to like teach them that. Because obviously when people ask for recipes, they want the exact measurement, and I can give them the exact measurement, but it's better as a cook for you to just have intuition than to have measurements, to be honest with you, unless you want to be master chef or whatever, all of that stuff. But I'm not trying to do none of that.
If you're relying on the measurements so much, I feel like it kind of takes a bit of the enjoyment away from cooking.
And let's be real, like, it's more dishes too. Like, I can't be asked. Like,
This is what you mean.
you got to measure with the tablespoons and teaspoons.
Oh,
all of that.
and
That's
then the
what's
washing up afterwards and that.
Yeah, I think when you get comfy with it, you stop doing that. I think at the start I would get a teaspoon and measure everything and do that. But the more you do it, like, it just becomes like you just feel, you genuinely just have a feel for it. Like, I've never, like, in recent days, I don't take salt and like over salt things or under salt things. I can just grab the salt and put it on, and I know that's enough. Like, and it's just kind of like that. Like, and if it's not enough, just add a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it's just experience. Like,
And I mean, cooking is supposed to be expressive, no? It's like an art.
yeah, man, do your thing, man. There's no point following a recipe because it's not going to be the same as the person that you're looking at.
Trust me.
You know, just do whatever feels right to you and that.
But then I'm sure at some point you're going to put out a recipe book, no?
Oh, 100%, man.
you want
You got to
people to
secure
buy
the bag. You got to secure the bag, 100%.
Oh, when Justin's thing comes out, you better buy that.